Friends, I came across this little story called Trouble at the Inn. In this classic story from 1966, a child puts the true meaning of Christmas into the annual holiday pageant. For years now, whenever Christmas pageants are talked about in a certain little town in the Midwest, someone is sure to mention the name of Wallace Perling. Wallace's performance in one of the annual productions of the Nativity play has slipped into the realm of legend. But the old-timers who were in the audience that night never tire of recalling exactly what happened. Wally was 9 years old at the time and in the second grade. There he should have been in the fourth. Most people in the town knew that he had difficulty keeping up. He was big and awkward, slow in movement and in mind. Still, Wally was liked by the other children in his class, all of whom were smaller than he. Though the boys had trouble hiding their irritation when Wally would ask to play ball with them, or any game for that matter, in which winning was important. They'd find a way of keeping him out, but Wally would hang around anyway, not sulking, just hoping to be included in the game. He was a helpful boy, always willing and smiling, and the protector, paradoxically, of the underdog. If the older boys chased the younger ones away, it would be Wally who would say, "Can't they stay?" or "Don't bother them anymore." Wally fancied the idea of being a shepherd in the Christmas pageant that particular year. But the play's director, Miss Lombard, assigned him to a more important role. After all, she reasoned, the innkeeper did not have too many lines, and Wally's size would make his refusal of lodging to Joseph more forceful. And so it happened that the unusually large partisan audience gathered for the town's yearly extravaganza of crooks and creches of beards and crowns and halos, and a whole stage full of squeaky voices. No one on stage or off was more caught up in the magic of the night than Wallace. They said later that he stood in the wings and watched the performance with such fascination that Miss Lombard had to make sure he didn't wander on stage before his cue. Then the time came when Joseph appeared, slowly, tenderly guiding Mary to the door of the inn. Joseph knocked hard on the wooden door set into the painted backdrop. Wally, the innkeeper, was there waiting. "What do you want?" Wally said, opening the door with a brusque gesture. "We seek lodging." "Seek it elsewhere," Wally spoke vigorously. "The inn is full." "Sir, we have asked everywhere in vain. We have travelled far and are very weary." "There is no room in this inn for you," Wally looked properly stern. "Please, good innkeeper, this is my wife Mary. She is heavy with child and needs a place to rest. Surely you must have some small corner for her. She is so tired." Now for the first time, the innkeeper relaxed his stiff stance and looked down at Mary, and with that there was a long pause, long enough to make the audience a bit tense with embarrassment. "No, be gone," the prompter whispered. "No," Wally repeated loudly. "Be gone." Joseph sadly placed his arm around Mary, and Mary laid her head upon her husband's shoulder, and the two of them started to walk away. The innkeeper did not return inside the inn. However, Wally stood there at the doorway, watching the forlorn couple. His mouth was open, his brows creased with concern. his eyes filling unmistakably with tears. And suddenly, the Christmas pageant became different from all the others. "Don't go, Joseph," Wally called out. "Bring Mary back." And Wallace's face grew into a bright smile, and he said, "You can have my room." Some people in the town thought that the pageant had been ruined. Yet there were many others, many others, who considered it the most Christmas of all Christmas pageants they had ever seen. Amen.